Hello, my name is Mark Clayton and I serve in the outreach ministry here at Northside. We're going through a series together right now entitled Entrusted as a church that has us in the book of Matthew. Today we're going to be looking at Matthew 29 verse 19. Matthew 29 verse 19 simply tells us to make disciples as we go, or go and make disciples. This is a great reminder for us. That really just that discipleship is not confined to a classroom or to a Bible study or to just your church home. Discipleship can happen anywhere. It can happen every day, everywhere, at any time. That's awesome. John 13, verse 34 through 35 says, "So now I'm giving you a new commandment. Love each other. Just as I have loved you, you should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." This is a great verse. It poses a great question for us, honestly. We gotta ask ourselves this: what does making disciples look like in our everyday life? That's going to vary from person to person. We all have different things that we do during the day. We all have different areas of work that we work in, whether that be in a hospital, doctor's office, or in a business office. And we gotta find the time to find those moments in our day where we can introduce people to Jesus and the love of Jesus. That can be at any time. That can be in the break room at your job, or that can be, when you're on a conference call or before the conference call starts. You have time to greet each other. That's a good time to introduce people to the love of Jesus through yourself. I think that there are tons of room for us to find ways to create discipleship opportunities in our everyday life, whether that's us running to the grocery store or to the gas station. And like I said, that just looks different for everybody. For me, I would say it probably starts in parenting. Being a dad is such an awesome thing, but it comes with a lot of responsibility. For me, I just know that everything that I do, my kids are watching. They're watching close. So I have to set a good example for them. Whether that be if I'm out in public somewhere, I try to speak and say hello to people. We live in a world today where everybody has their head down. They're looking at their phones. I think that in today's time, it's a good opportunity to engage with people while we're out in public. Say hello, crack a smile. You never know how far a short conversation will go with someone. So I know that being a dad, for me, I gotta watch it. I can't be out in the car and getting road rage while I'm on the road because somebody cuts me off. You gotta make sure that you're starting with the love of Jesus with every opportunity when it comes to interacting with people. At least that's the way I look at it. Another instance for me, I would say, is through friendships. Sometimes it can be as simple as, handing one of my buddies a book that I'm going through. I have a group of friends that I meet up with and we read a book together. And there's been times where we've gotten through a book and I've pass that on to a friend and have offered to, sit down and talk with them and go over the book with them and dive deeper into scripture together and into the book together. But there's other ways too, through friendship. For me, recently, I have a buddy that is unfortunately going through a divorce, and that can be tough for anyone to go through. It makes you feel alone, and a lot of emotions go along with something like this. But for him, he just needed a friend to be there for him in his time of need. And so I just make sure I was there. I mean, there's been times where he just simply needed prayer, or he's just simply needed my presence or wanted some advice. And through that, I've been able to give opportunities for us to introduce scripture and prayer in those moments. And he has come back and thanked me for that. And I think that is what the Lord is calling us to do when he's saying, love your neighbor, just as he has loved us. I'm going to meet my friends right where they're at, show up for them with nothing but love and respect. And, I think that's how it starts. Another instance is I had a buddy that, he was having issues with his teenage kid, and that could be tough on any of us. Teenagers think they know everything, and as parents, that can get very frustrating. But what we found is that he was more likely to listen to me than his own dad. So I spent some time with him, and we were able to connect, and I was able to relate to him in a lot of ways that he didn't realize. And that gave me an opportunity to just love on him in a different way than his parents could. And because of that, his parents saw changed behavior in him. And, that's what a godly community looks like. When your friend calls on you, you show up for them in any capacity, any way you can. And anytime I've needed anything from my friends, they have reciprocated. They have done that same thing for me. And, I think that is what God is meaning when he says to love your neighbor. With that being said, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our Northside channel. Again, thank you guys, and God bless.